Everyone thought she was born deaf, but that was the lie they wanted the world to believe. Because when Lena reached into the little girl's ear, she didn't find wax or an infection. She found something alive. And the moment she pulled it out, the girl screamed her first word. What they removed was never meant to be found. And she wasn't the only child. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, drop a like, and get ready because this story will leave you breathless. The scream hit the Beaumont mansion like a bomb. It wasn't loud, more like a strangled whisper, but it sliced straight through 10 years of silence. Victor Beaumont froze mid-step on the staircase, gripping the railing. No one should have been screaming. Not here, not ever, and definitely not his daughter. Lena was the first to reach the hallway. She didn't think. She ran. Her heart felt like it was punching out of her chest. She had heard Ava before. Ava's breaths. Ava's tiny laughs. Ava's tapping fingers when she concentrated. But never a scream. Never anything shaped like a voice. Ava lay on the floor, twisted, clutching her ear. Beside her, something dark glistened. Something that twitched. Lena's stomach flipped. The object moved again. Ava looked up at her with wide, terrified eyes. Eyes that silently begged Lena to do something. Anything. Behind Lena, Victor's voice thundered. What is happening here? Ava flinched violently at the sound. Not because she heard it, but because she felt its weight. Lena knelt instantly and shielded the girl with her body, even though she knew Victor could fire her for that alone. Then Ava whispered something. So soft, so broken. Lena thought she imagined it. Then Ava whispered again. Didi? Victor stumbled backward as if slapped. For a moment, he forgot how to breathe. Ava's lips had moved. Ava had spoken. Lena grabbed his arm. Sir, listen, she said. Enough. What did you do to her? What did you take out of her ear? What is that thing? He pointed at the dark, wet object still twitching weakly on the floor. Before Lena could answer, Ava pressed her face into Lena's arm and whispered again, voice rough like a breaking bone. Len, hey! Victor staggered another step back. No. This makes no sense. He grabbed the wall. Ava shouldn't have been able to say anything. Not a vowel. Not a breath of sound. Every specialist, every neurologist, every surgeon had told him the same thing. Your daughter was born unable to hear or speak. There is no cure. There's no chance. Accept it. And yet here she was, clinging to a maid and whispering full syllables like she had been waiting her whole life for this moment. Victor stepped toward Lena so fast she froze. What did you do to her? What did you do? Ava let out a broken sound. Tiny, almost like a gasp, but Victor heard it. Or maybe he felt it. Either way, it shattered him. He backed away as if he'd touched fire. Lena held Ava close. I didn't hurt her. I swear I didn't hurt her. Then what is that? It was in her ear. Deep, moving. Victor's jaw tightened. Security. Footsteps thundered through the hall. Guards appeared instantly, surrounding them. Ava's grip tightened around Lena's collar. A silent plea that hit Lena harder than any blow. Sir, please. She needs a hospital. Something was inside her. I didn't want to break the rules, but she was in pain. Take her. The guards reached for Lena, and Ava screamed. This time, the sound was clear, loud, fragile, human. Stop. Everyone froze. Victor's entire face went pale. A 10-year-old who had never made a single sound in her life had just shouted a word that could crack stone. Sir, she spoke. Victor couldn't answer. His throat locked up, his eyes locked onto Ava, who looked back at him with fear and confusion, and something that stabbed him deep. Betrayal? Hurt? Need? Lena lifted Ava gently. We need a doctor. Now! Victor swallowed his shock. Get the car. Ava's fingers clutched Lena's sleeve the entire ride. Victor sat rigid beside them, watching through shattered pride as Lena soothed his daughter in ways he never could. For the first time since his wife died, Victor felt something colder than grief. He felt completely unnecessary. When they reached Crestfall Medical Tower, Victor rushed ahead, shouting at staff, demanding specialists. Ava wouldn't let Lena go, so Lena carried her through automated glass doors and fluorescent corridors. Doctors surrounded them instantly, and for the first time, Lena felt the pressure shift. They weren't looking at her like a maid anymore. They were looking at her like a criminal. One doctor, Dr. Kessler, narrowed his eyes and pointed at the object sealed in a specimen jar. Where did this come from? Victor answered before Lena could. From inside my daughter's ear. Dr. Kessler stiffened. Impossible. He exchanged a look with Dr. Morton, a look Lena didn't like, a look Victor completely missed. We've scanned Ava dozens of times. There were no foreign bodies. Then you missed something, because that was alive. Alive? Miss, please refrain from dramatic exaggerations. Ava whimpered at the sound of his voice and buried her head in Lena's shoulder. Victor snapped. Don't talk to her like she's stupid. She saved my daughter. Or did you want her to stay deaf forever? A single beat of silence. Then Dr. Morton's eyes flicked nervously toward the jar. Lena saw it. Victor didn't. 2 minutes later, Ava was taken for imaging. Lena stayed in the waiting room, shaking, replaying everything. Victor stood beside her, arms crossed too tightly, breathing too hard, trying not to look like a man whose entire world had tilted off its axis. When the radiologist rushed out pale, Victor tensed. What did you find? We need to speak privately. No. Whatever you have to say it here. There are traces. Evidence that the foreign object may have been present for years. Many years. Victor stared. What? We also detected scarring that suggests deliberate insertion. Lena felt her fingernails dig into her palm. Victor's voice cracked. Deliberate? Are you saying someone put something in my daughter's ear on purpose? Yes, sir. Victor's eyes flicked slowly, dangerously, toward Dr. Kessler. And Dr. Kessler flinched. A twist shot through Lena's chest. They knew something. Maybe they knew everything. Before Victor could speak, Ava's voice suddenly echoed down the hallway, trembling and small. Lena. Victor spun. That was when the first real twist hit. She's awake. She's speaking. She's asking for Maid. Lena stood instantly. Victor grabbed her arm. Not forcefully, but desperately. Don't leave my side. Lena didn't know if that was a threat or a plea. Either way, the tension didn't drop. It skyrocketed. Lena rushed into the exam room before anyone could stop her. Ava sat upright on the hospital bed, tiny hands gripping the sheets, her dark hair tangled from the scans. Her eyes brightened the moment she saw Lena, like someone trapped underwater finally spotting air. Ava's lips trembled. Lena. Victor froze in the doorway, his face cracking open in disbelief. He had imagined hearing his daughter's voice for 10 years. Nothing prepared him for the real thing. Ava hesitated, then reached out toward him. Dad. Victor nearly dropped to his knees. For a moment, just a breath, the impossible miracle softened the room. Then Dr. Kessler stepped inside. Mr. Beaumont, we need to run additional tests. Please remove the maid from the room. Instantly, the fragile piece shattered. Ava screamed so loudly the monitors jumped. She lunged for Lena, clinging to her like a lifeline. Victor stepped forward, raising a hand to shield her. Don't touch her. She's terrified. Dr. Morton slid into the room, pale and trembling. Victor, you need to hear this. Victor refused. Anything you say in front of her. The doctors exchanged a look, tight, fearful, practiced. Dr. Morton swallowed. We reviewed Ava's old medical files. There are discrepancies, scans that appear edited, procedures billed but never performed, and money, large sums, repeatedly. Victor went cold. Money paid to specialists who were paid to treat a problem, but never actually did. The room fell silent. Victor's voice turned lethal. Are you saying someone kept my daughter deaf to keep the payments coming? Dr. Morton dropped his gaze. Yes. Dr. Kessler snapped. This is absurd. There is no proof. There's plenty, Dr. Morton whispered. You oversaw every one of her evaluations. Victor's breath shook. You were in charge of her care. Before he could lunge, Lena cut in. Victor, she's hurting. Ava whimpered again, clutching her other ear. Victor looked at Lena desperately. Can you help her again? Like before? Ava looked up at Lena with wet eyes. Please, she whispered. Lena nodded. Okay, but if it's deep, I stop. Victor locked the door. Lena leaned in with a penlight and froze. Something moved inside. Slower, deeper, almost aware. Victor! There's something in her ear again. Ava cried out as Lena reached for tweezers. On 3. 1, 2. The door burst open. Guards. Dr. Kessler behind them. She's harming the child. Stop her. A guard grabbed Lena's wrist. The creature jerked deeper inside Ava's ear. Ava screamed louder than before. Victor roared and threw himself to guards. He shoved one back, elbowed another. But they overwhelmed him. One caught him in a chokehold. Ava's scream cut through everything. Victor, behind you. Lena yelled. Enough. Dr. Morton bellowed. Everyone froze. Shut the door. Stand down. The guards released them. Morton's voice shook. I reported everything to board. The altered scans. The inserted foreign bodies. The payments. All of it. Dr. Kessler paled. Victor stared. You confessed? Morton nodded, tears in his eyes. I couldn't pretend anymore. Ava suddenly jerked, her whole body spasming. The creature was moving deeper. Morton rushed forward. We're out of time. The only person she trusts is Lena. Victor looked at Lena. She nodded. Tell me how. Morton guided her hands. A millimeter left, they're now close. Lena closed the tweezers. Ava shrieked. The creature latched onto the canal wall, refusing to leave. Apply suction. Now. The creature finally ripped free, larger, darker, alive, writhing violently. Lena slammed it into the sealed container. It thrashed against the glass, then dissolved into black liquid. Morton staggered backward, horrified. What is that? Victor grabbed Kessler and slammed him against the wall. What did you put in her? Kessler broke. It wasn't supposed to hatch. The room fell to ice. There were 2, one in each ear. Ava clutched Lena's sleeve and whispered, Lena, it's back. Before anyone could process, Ava's eyes went wide. There's more. Victor grabbed her shoulders. More what? Ava stared at the wall. More children. Victor's hand shook. How do you know? Ava's voice was distant. I can hear them. They're crying. All of them. Victor turned on Kessler. How many children? Kessler trembled. 12. Security alarms blasted through the hospital. The lights flickered, then went dark. Emergency lights kicked in, bathing everything in red. Footsteps echoed down the hallway. Slow, deliberate, not doctors. Something else. Ava pressed her ear to Victor's chest. Daddy, I hear something. Victor held her close. What do you hear? She pointed at the wall. A heartbeat, not yours. If you think that was shocking, drop a like right now, because what happens next will change everything. The ventilation shaft was pitch black. Lena crawled forward, one hand clutching Ava, the other feeling along the metal walls. Behind them, voices echoed. Footsteps, orders, searches. Ava whimpered quietly. Lena pressed a finger to her lips. Shoo, sweetheart. Not a sound. They crawled for what felt like hours, but was probably minutes. Finally, Lena saw light ahead. Another grate. She pried it open carefully, listening. Silence. They dropped into an empty corridor. Lena's legs nearly gave out, but she forced herself upright. Ava clung to her neck, trembling. Where's Daddy? Lena's throat tightened. He's buying us time. We have to keep moving. She didn't know where to go. Every exit could be watched. Every hallway could be a trap. Then Ava grabbed Lena's face, forcing her to look into her eyes. Lena, I can hear them. Lena froze. Hear who? The other children. They're scared. They're calling for help. Lena's heart clenched. Ava, can you hear where they are? Ava closed her eyes, concentrating. Far, but not too far. Some are close. A dangerous idea formed in Lena's mind. If Ava could hear the other children, maybe she could lead them to safety. Maybe they could expose this entire nightmare. But first, they had to survive. Lena spotted an elevator and pulled Ava inside. She pressed the button for the ground floor. The doors slid shut. For a moment, they were safe. Just for a moment. Ava looked up at Lena. Are we bad people? Lena's breath caught. What? No, sweetheart. Why would you think that? Because they want me. And Daddy got hurt because of me. Lena knelt down, cupping Ava's face gently. Listen to me. None of this is your fault. You hear me? None of it. Those people, they're the bad ones. Not you. Never you. Ava's eyes filled with tears. But what if they catch us? Lena's voice hardened with determination. Then I'll make sure they regret it. The elevator doors opened. The lobby was chaos. Hospital staff running. Alarms blaring. Security everywhere. But not Mr. Gray's guards. Not yet. Lena grabbed a discarded jacket from a chair and pulled it over Ava's head like a hood. Keep your head down. Stay close. They moved through the crowd, blending in. Almost there. Almost to the exit. A hand grabbed Lena's shoulder. She spun, heart racing. It was Dr. Morton. Bloodied but alive. Morton. He pressed a phone into her hand. Take this. There's a contact. Goes by Shepard. He helps people disappear. He can protect Ava. Lena stared at the phone. Why are you helping us? Morton's eyes were haunted. Because I've been complicit long enough. Go, before they find you. He disappeared back into the crowd. Lena clutched the phone and ran. They burst through the exit into pouring rain. The cold hit them like a slap. Lena scanned the street desperately. Taxis, cars, people, anywhere to hide. Then a black SUV pulled up. Lena's blood ran cold. The window rolled down. Victor sat in the driver's seat, bruised, bloodied, but alive. Get in. Now! Lena didn't hesitate. She scrambled into the SUV with Ava. Victor floored it the second the door closed. How did you? Morton caused a distraction. Triggered the fire suppression system. I got out in the chaos. Lena exhaled shakily. Where are we going? Victor's jaw tightened. Somewhere they can't follow. But Ava suddenly gasped. Her whole body went rigid. Ava! Victor swerved, glancing back. Ava's eyes rolled back. Her voice came out distorted. Not her own. Help us, please, it hurts. We can't breathe. They're listening, always listening. Lena grabbed Ava's shoulders. Ava! Ava, come back. Ava blinked. Her eyes refocused. They're talking through me, she whispered, terrified. The other children. They're using me like a phone. Can they track you through this? Ava nodded weakly. I think so. Victor swore and yanked the wheel, turning down a side street. We need to block the signal. Cut them off somehow. Lena remembered the phone Morton gave her. She pulled it out, scrolling frantically. One contact. Shepard. She dialed. It rang once. Twice. Then a voice answered. Calm. Professional. You're calling about a child. Lena's breath hitched. Yes. How did you? Morton told me. Where are you? I don't know. Driving. They're tracking her. Listen carefully. You need a Faraday cage. Blocks all signals. There's a safe house 20 minutes north. I'll send coordinates. Get there. I'll meet you. The line went dead. Coordinates appeared on the phone. Lena showed them to Victor. Can you get us there? Victor's eyes were wild but focused. I'll get us there. The SUV tore through rain-soaked streets. Behind them, headlights appeared. Multiple vehicles. Closing in fast. Victor cursed. They found us. Ava whimpered. I'm sorry, it's my fault. No, Victor said firmly. It's theirs. He slammed the accelerator. The chase was brutal. Victor swerved through traffic, barely missing cars. The SUVs behind them didn't care. They rammed through anything in their way. Lena held Ava tight, shielding her from the impacts. "Almost there," Victor muttered. "Almost there." The safe house appeared ahead. An isolated warehouse on the edge of the city. Victor skidded to a stop. "Go!" Lena grabbed Ava and ran. Victor followed, limping. The warehouse door was unlocked. They burst inside. Inside was dark, filled with old equipment, and standing in the center, a figure in tactical gear. "You made it." "Barely." Shepard gestured to a metal cage in the corner. "Get her inside. Now!" Lena led Ava into the Faraday cage. The moment the door closed, Ava's body relaxed. The voices stopped. She looked up at Lena, tears streaming. "They're gone. I can't hear them anymore." Lena collapsed in relief. Victor leaned against the wall, utterly exhausted. Shepard approached him. "You have maybe an hour before they triangulate this location. After that, you're on your own." Victor looked at him. "Who are you?" Shepard's expression was unreadable. "Someone who's been watching this project for a long time. And I'm telling you now, this doesn't end with saving one child. There are 11 more out there. And if you don't expose what's happening, they'll disappear. Forever." Victor's face hardened with resolve. "Then we expose them." Shepard nodded. "Good. Because you're going to need an army." Ava pressed her hand against the cage, looking at Victor. "Daddy, are we going to save them?" Victor walked over, placing his hand against hers through the metal. "Yes, Princess. We're going to save them all." Ava smiled. Small, fragile, hopeful. "Then I'm not scared anymore. This is only the beginning. 12 children, one conspiracy, and a father who will burn the world down to save them all. Subscribe now, because Part 4 drops soon, and nothing will prepare you for what's coming next." 1 hour had passed. Shepard spread a tactical map across a makeshift table, marking locations with red pins. 12 pins total. 12 children scattered across the country. Victor stared at the map, jaw clenched. How do we reach them all before they're moved? Shepard's expression was grim. "We don't. Not alone." Inside the cage, Lena sat with Ava, stroking her hair. Ava's eyes were closed, but she wasn't sleeping. She was listening. "Lena, when I was connected to them, I felt something else." Lena looked down at her. "What do you mean?" Ava's voice dropped to a whisper. Someone was listening, not the children. Someone bigger, older, watching everything. Lena's face went pale. "Watching through you?" Ava nodded slowly. "And now they know where we are." Shepard's head snapped toward the cage. "What did she just say?" Victor moved closer. "Ava, are you sure?" Ava opened her eyes. They were filled with a terror no child should know. "They're not just tracking me. They're inside me. They always have been." Shepard cursed under his breath. The parasites weren't just transmitters. They were neural interfaces. Recording, learning, adapting. Victor's voice turned lethal. "You're saying they've been in her head?" "Not just hers. All 12 children. They're part of a hive network." Victor staggered. "That's why they wanted her back. She's not just data. She's a prototype. The control node." Shepard nodded grimly. "If they recapture her, they can use her to control the others. Make them do anything. Think anything. Be anything." Lena held Ava tighter. "Then we destroy the network. Cut the connection permanently." "It's not that simple," Shepard said. "The neural pathways are embedded. Removing them could cause permanent brain damage. Or worse." Victor's hands balled into fists. "Then what do we do?" Ava stood up suddenly. Her voice was steady now. "Clear. We don't run. We fight." Everyone turned to look at her. Victor knelt down. "Ava, you're just a child." "No," Ava interrupted. "I'm not. Not anymore." Her eyes looked older, wiser than they should be. "I've heard their thoughts, their fears, their plans. I know what they want, and I know how to stop them." Shepard studied her carefully. "What do you propose?" Ava walked to the map. She pointed to one location. This isn't a child. This is their headquarters. Their lab, where they monitor everything. The pin was in the mountains, isolated, fortified. Victor shook his head. We can't assault a facility like that. We don't have the resources. You don't need resources, Ava said quietly. You need me. Lena stood instantly. Absolutely not. We're not using you as bait. I'm not bait, Ava said calmly. I'm the key. She turned to Shepard. If I go back willingly, they'll bring me straight to the core server, the one that controls the network. And if I can get close enough. Shepard's eyes narrowed. You want to fry it from the inside. Ava nodded. The parasites left traces in my neural pathways. They're still connected. Barely. If I concentrate hard enough, I can send a feedback loop. Overload the entire system. Victor grabbed her shoulders. Ava, that could kill you. Ava looked up at him with heartbreaking clarity. Daddy, if we don't stop them, 11 other children will suffer what I did. Forever. Victor's face crumbled. There has to be another way. There isn't, Shepard said quietly. She's right. It's the only play we have. Lena shook her head, tears streaming. I won't let you sacrifice yourself. Ava hugged her tight. I'm not sacrificing myself. I'm saving my family. Suddenly, headlights flooded the warehouse windows. Black SUVs. At least 6 of them. Shepard moved the window, cursing. They're here. Armed guards poured out of the vehicles. Tactical gear. Military-grade weapons. This wasn't a retrieval team. This was an execution squad. Victor grabbed a crowbar from the workbench. How many exits? 2. Both covered now. Then Mr. Gray stepped out of the lead vehicle. Calm as ever. He raised a megaphone. Mr. Beaumont, Mrs. Castellano, you've been very resourceful, but this ends now. Send out the girl and you walk away. You have my word. Victor shouted back. Your word means nothing. Mr. Gray sighed. Very well. Breaching in 30 seconds. Shepard pulled out weapons from a hidden cache in the floor. Pistols, rifles, body armor. He tossed a vest to Victor. You know how to shoot? Victor caught it. I'm about to learn. Lena grabbed a pistol, checking the magazine with surprising competence. Victor stared. You know guns. Lena's expression was hard. I wasn't always a maid. Ava stepped out of the Faraday cage. The moment she did, her body went rigid. The connection reopened. Her eyes glowed faintly. Not her own light. Something else. She whispered, They're in my head again. But this time, I'm ready. The warehouse doors exploded inward. Guards flooded in, weapons raised. Shepard opened fire first. Victor and Lena followed. The firefight was chaos. Bullets tearing through metal. Sparks flying. Shouting. Victor wasn't trained, but desperation made him deadly. He dropped one guard. Then another. Lena moved like someone who'd done this before. Precise. Efficient. Cold. And in the center of it all, Ava stood perfectly still. Eyes closed. Concentrating. Mr. Gray entered calmly. Guards parting for him. He looked at Ava. There you are. He raised his hand, activating a device. Ava gasped and dropped to her knees. The device was sending signals directly into her neural pathways, forcing compliance. Victor screamed. Ava! He tried to reach her, but guards blocked him, restraining him brutally. Lena fought like a wildcat, but she was overwhelmed too. Shepard took 3 bullets and collapsed. Mr. Gray approached Ava calmly. It's over, child. Come with me, and no one else has to die. Ava looked up at him, blood trickling from her nose. But she was smiling. You're right. It is over. Her eyes blazed with light. Bright, blinding, unnatural. I'm not your prototype anymore. And then she screamed. A feedback pulse exploded outward. Not physical, neural. Every guard with an implant dropped instantly, convulsing, screaming. Mr. Gray staggered, clutching his head. What did you? Ava stood, trembling but defiant. I reversed the signal. Now they're feeling what we felt. The device in Mr. Gray's hand sparked. The screens went haywire. Data corruption spreading like wildfire. The entire network. Crashing. Burning. Gone. Mr. Gray collapsed to his knees. You destroyed everything. Ava looked down at him. Good. Victor broke free from the weakened guards and ran to Ava. He caught her as she collapsed. Ava! Ava, stay with me. Her eyes fluttered. I did it, Daddy. They're free. All of them. Lena knelt beside them, crying. You did, sweetheart. You saved them. Ava smiled weakly. Am I still me? Victor held her tight. You've always been you, and you always will be. Sirens approached in the distance. Real authorities this time. Shepard groaned. Still alive. You actually pulled it off. Victor looked at him. We all did. News reports flooding every channel. Massive child experimentation ring exposed. 12 children rescued nationwide. Billionaire Victor Beaumont hailed as hero. Children reunited with families. Tears. Hugs. Relief. Weeks later, Ava sat in a hospital bed, headphones on, listening to music. Real music, with both ears. Victor and Lena sat beside her. A family, not by blood, but by choice. Ava pulled off the headphones. Lena, do you think they'll ever come back? Lena squeezed her hand. If they do, we'll be ready. Victor nodded. Together. Ava smiled. Together. The nightmare is over, but some scars never fade, and some secrets refuse to stay buried. If this story moved you, hit subscribe. Share it, because stories like this, stories of survival, courage, and love, deserve to be heard. Thank you for watching. And remember, you're never alone.